So, Charles County, what do y'all think about all this stuff, huh? Man, they have worked so hard to put this together. This completely floored me. I told the family in St. Mary's County when I first saw all this stuff and the wrapping. I mean, look at this wrapping here. Chip's wife did this. Isn't this gorgeous? She hand did it, for crying out loud. But Carlos and Maryland, I love it. I told my St. Mary's family this morning, what a blessing it was to have this kind of support. For you all to be out here today, it's just tremendous. I'm so grateful that in my home county here in Charles County, where me and my wife live right down the road from here, about 20 minutes or so, that you all would come out and this group just to hear a little bit about our dream and why in the world I'd be running in the first place. And we're doing this all day today, all day tomorrow, all day Thursday. See, I forgot what day it was. And all day Friday. And we're going to culminate down there in Anne Arundel County at the Inner Harbor, where we're inviting you all to come right back down at 4 o'clock, where we're going to have our final announcement, our final declaration, and then we're going to take you all and we're going to mainstream you guys all the way down to our headquarters right there on West Avenue in Annapolis, where we're going to join in a little bit of cheese and crackers and stuff and kind of see what and where we're going to start this effort and work toward changing this state. Now, let me first say that I've been asked many times over, why in the world would I even seek this office? And why in the world would I even consider running for the state of Maryland's governorship, the CEO, the chief executive officer of the state? And here's what I tell people over and over and over again. My wife and I have looked at this thing from so different ways. Some of you all know my personal faith, and of course I'm not trying to offend anyone, but my wife and I, we've been praying about this for 12, 14 months. We saw the success we've had coming out of the congressional race. 3 out of the 5 counties in this 5th congressional district back in 10, we did manage to win. We lost here in Charles County, unfortunately. We lost in Prince George's County. Those are 2 counties we hope to regain in the near future. But with all that absolutely, but with all that success, with all the success we had coming out of the campaign there for Congress in 10, why would we even consider running statewide? And here's what we tell people. The campaign in 2010 taught us something. It taught us that as long as you are able to articulate the dream, the American dream, the same dream articulated by our founding fathers and put in the form of our Constitution and Declaration, the same dream that Martin Luther King Jr. not even 50 years ago talked about in terms of not just the pursuit of happiness, but being judged not by the color of your skin, but the content of your character. The same dream embodied with our freedoms, with our prosperity, with what this nation has honestly been blessed with, to be able to change things around for people, men and women across this country. If you can convince people about that dream, you will win more people than you lose, because most Marylanders understand this, that dream that our founding fathers discussed and outlined, that dream that King Jr. discussed not even 50 years in D.C., it's not a partisan dream. It's not a Republican versus Democrat dream. It's not a gender dream. That's great. It's not a male versus female dream. It's not a color dream. It's not a black versus white versus Hispanic versus Asian dream. It's a dream about human dignity. It's a dream about mankind. It's a dream that boldly says that our rights do not come from government or man, but they come from something greater than us, a God that instills within us the character and the virtue and the wherewithal to pursue our own happiness. And if you leave us alone and not tax us to death, we are innovatively creative enough to build the greatest nation on God's green earth, and we'll do it again. And we're going to do it here in the state of Maryland. We're going to do it with every ounce and fiber of integrity that we have, because we know we can do it. We saw that in that race in 2010. How else was this county, along with 4 others, able to take St. Mary's County away from the then majority leader of the House? I made this joke earlier in St. Mary's County. Imagine what it's like to drive home from Washington, D.C. as a congressman of that district, knowing that your own neighbors didn't even vote for you for the seat. People understand the American dream. That's why we're calling this tour Achieve the Dream. Because it's not just achieving the American dream, it's restoring and recommitting ourselves to the dream which was once Maryland. We have a huge opportunity to re-engage employees, employers, citizens back into a process that's not colored with culture except American culture. That's not colored with partisanship except for the fact that we're all first Marylanders, Americans, and then we have a party affiliation after that. But we don't have to be divided or segregated anymore. We believe in Maryland and in Charles County that we can absolutely achieve this dream. But may I say this? It's going to take the work and the effort of every single person here. Not just in this county, not just in the one that we left, but also the ones that we're going to see later today over the next 3 days across this state. More and more people are going to see that this thing is not about color. It is not about partisan politics. It's about the future of the state of Maryland. Well, Charles, what's wrong with Maryland? I am so glad you asked that question. I couldn't have had a better question to answer. Let's start with the fact that we're the worst tax state in the country. Let's start with the fact that even New York, the state of New York, boasts and brags about the fact that they're not the worst anymore. Maryland is. Let's start with the fact that we have a governor currently that has boldly stated, and again, I'm not talking about party, I'm talking about a person that would open up his mouth and say that we have recovered 99% of the jobs that we lost in 2008. When his own Department of Labor statistics, all he has to do is go to the Department of Labor, his own Department of Labor, that shows unemployment in 2008 was 3.6%. 3.6%. 3.6% unemployment today in Maryland. 7.5% as of August. 7.5%. Now, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. After all, I'm a Marine officer. What are you going to do? Maybe my multiplication or mathematical skills aren't up to par as to where they need to be. But I can tell you this. If we were at 3.6 and we're currently at 7.5, that doesn't equate to recovery of 99% of our jobs. That's right. And I bet if you go to Baltimore City, that has an unemployment of 11.6%, and ask them, they'll tell you what to do with the governor's comments. I bet if you go to Prince George's County, where unemployment is 10.4%, they'll tell you what to do with those governor's numbers. I bet you if you go to any citizen in Maryland that knows that unemployment's at 7.5%, they'll tell you what to do with the governor's numbers. Either the governor can't add, or he can't read. And neither one of those is good to be an effective chairman and CEO of the state of Maryland. We need and deserve better. We've launched this Achieve the Dream Tour announcement because we believe our state can do better. And you better believe I'm going to be your voice. One of the main things people say all the time, you can't win in Maryland because people in Prince George's County won't vote for you. People in Montgomery County won't vote for you. People in Baltimore City won't vote for you. I'm here to tell you that's hogwash. I'm here to tell you the people that are feeding you lies and making you believe that those in Prince George's don't believe the same way we do. All they do is continue to divide us. I've spent the last 12 months in Prince George's County. My wife and I are down in Baltimore City every week. And let me tell you, those folks want the same opportunity that these folks here in Charles County want, that folks across the state of Maryland want. They want the opportunity to achieve the dream they believe in. And that dream has nothing to do with being reliant on government programs. That dream has nothing to do with being stifled in bureaucracy and regulation that keeps small business from growing. Nothing to do with it. They know what King said, and they know what Jefferson said. and citizens across the state of Maryland are smart enough to see that there's so many similarities to those same dreams. But again, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't need, and never have needed, anyone to help me achieve my dreams outside of my faith in the good Lord and this little lady I met over 23 years ago. And when I met her, I asked her to do me a favor. In that little country church down there in Atlanta, or was it Decatur? No, I'm sorry, it was somewhere in Cobb County, Georgia. I got on one knee, I extended a hand, I said, listen, I don't have a lot of money. In fact, I'm broke. I make $5.25 an hour as a stock clerk at Winn-Dixie. I have no savings account, Chris, I have no 401k. I basically, Pastor, have nothing. But I told her this, if you believe in me and the dream I have for my family, I guarantee you won't regret it. I guarantee I'll make you a successful family out of you, young lady out of you, and you'll be proud you married me. Well, by God's grace, she believed in that dream. And what followed was 4 girls after her. And every day I wake up to achieve that dream for them. Every day I thank the good Lord for 2 good hands and 2 feet, that I can work as hard as I can to ensure at the end of the day they have the opportunity to experience the same freedom that I've had. If you're like me, you can agree those freedoms are being taken away at the rapid rate. And we're allowing politicians, we're allowing partisan politics to segregate us and keep us separated, calling names at each other. Why? All in the name of partisan politics, gender, color, having nothing to do with our state. Yesterday, and I want to finish with this, very important, hear me now. Yesterday, we were up in Montgomery County. I was walking through a parade. And you all know how much I hate hyphenated Americans. Either you're an American or you're not.
Amen. Yeah.
Either you're American or you're not. But I had an American look at me going through a parade. I was smiling, waving. I told her happy Labor Day and extended her right hand to give her a handshake. Just happened to be an American, Marylander. We didn't even share the same skin color, Chris. All I wanted to do was wish her a happy Labor Day. She looked back at me and she said, "You're a Republican?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am. I just want to wish you a happy Labor Day. I'm Charles Lollar. I'm looking to run to be your governor." She looked back at me and she said, "You know, Dr. King had a dream, but that ain't it." Inside my heart, I said to myself, that's why I'm running right there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm running right there. That's why I'm running right there. I'm going to need your help to get this done. This is not going to be easy. I guarantee you, you wear those Achieve the Dream t-shirts, you're going to get just as many arrows thrown at you as I get. But you know what? We'll take them together. And last I checked, anytime you go to any battle and through any terror zone where you know you have an adversary that's just as nasty as those sentiments were that I received, what better way to go into that battle than to take a Marine with you? God bless you all. Thank you so much.